Now, I have made the bold prediction. It is not what I believe should happen, but it is a bold prediction about what's going to happen in Australia in the next few years, is that I think that Australia is going to confront whether or not to legalise cannabis. Now, while there's no need for me to declare this, I'll declare it, of course. I've never smoked it in my life. But I know that plenty of Western democracies have found a way to legalise cannabis, and the reality of why this is an issue and why I'm talking about it tonight is not because it's some sort of pipe dream like a republic or it's long gone like The Voice. The reality is that in 3 state parliaments, people have been directly elected to the upper houses of New South Wales, Victoria and Western Australia with the sole purpose of needing to legalise cannabis or wanting to legalise cannabis. Now, in Western Australia, their number doesn't matter. In New South Wales, their number does matter for the government to get anything passed. And in Victoria, in particular, their numbers are absolutely essential because they and the Greens prop up everything that the Allen government wants to do. Old habits died hard. I almost said the Andrews government. So what they want as a one-issue trade-off to rubber stamp every other thing that a government will do is now starting to come to fruition. In fact, today, the Victorian government have said that they are now going to start to open the conversation. Now, as you know, legalised euthanasia, which again I support, passed through plenty of parliaments as they were as far away from an election as possible. That proved to be quite popular and didn't really hurt anyone at the polls. But Labor on Wednesday, according to The Age, have agreed to further discussions with the legalised cannabis MPs in response to the minor party's bill to allow adults to possess small quantities of the drug for personal use and grow up to 6 plants. Now, my bold prediction is that within the 4-year term of the Victorian government, there will be the legalising of cannabis. There will be great money to be made by the state in firstly selling off the licences to produce it, and then finding a way to tax its consumption. I think something similar, once it has been proven to quote-unquote work in Victoria, will end up being repeated in most states in the country. And the Greens have suggested that if there was federal taxation on it, like there is when it comes to things like tobacco, there could be billions of dollars extra that would end up going into the budget. We all know how money hungry the federal government is going to be when they're looking down the barrel of 40 years of budget deficits. But there was also a stunt that was done in the New South Wales Parliament when their legalised cannabis MP also introduced the same legislation. This is Jeremy Buckingham. Now, he knows how to get some media attention. Why? Because he's a former Greens MP. And he decided to bring some of the said product into the Parliament, and you may well notice to the far left there is the Greens MP who was trying not to laugh. Or dare I say, recognise the product. I'm casting no aspersions. Here is what happened in the New South Wales Parliament today.
What's to be afraid of? Here it is, Mr. President, a bit of cannabis, medicinal cannabis, my medicinal cannabis. There it is. Don't be afraid. This is a herb, it is a medicine, it is a recreation, and it should be legal in this country. So many jurisdictions in this country, Mr. President, have moved to legalise cannabis. It's good for you, it'll be good for the economy, and it'll save taxpayers' dollars.
Now, the only problem, of course, with all of these people is that they don't like the consumption of legal smoking products. If you smoke a cigarette, or in my case, cigar, rolled up tobacco, pipes, whichever you wish, these people find new ways to get it banned while simultaneously trying to legalise the consumption of the product they wish to smoke. If you can tell me what that logic is, you're a better person than I, but you probably were before we even started.